Shake on It by its_Kingston on AO3. Episode 19. Chapter 19. Beep, 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 beep. Turn that off. It's on your side anyways. Okay, I'm getting it. Luz reached over and smacked the alarm clock, stopping the noise. She opened her eyes, raising her arms above her head and stretching. Luz took a moment to admire the silver ring on her hand, smiling as she did. Do you really like your wedding ring that much? Amity asked, rolling over to face Luz. Of course I do. You gave it to me. Luz responded, pulling Amity into a strange, half-lying-down hug. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Luz, Amity said, returning the hug. Don't remind me that I'm already 26, Luz complained before rolling out of bed. I've already had my 26th birthday. It's your turn now, Amity said, getting up. Could you call Eda and give her the heads up we're coming over? Luz called from the kitchen, getting ready to make breakfast. Oh, no. You make breakfast every morning. Let me make it today, Amity said, untying Luz's apron from the back. Hey, Luz said, spinning around to face Amity. Don't hey me. Tell me what you want for breakfast and go sit down. It's your birthday, Amity said back, pulling the apron back from the hanger. Bacon and eggs, please? Luz decided, giving Amity a kiss on the cheek before sitting down on the table. Thank you, Luz added, as she picked up the phone. Hey, Blight kid. Oh, hi, Eda? The one time I checked to see who's calling me, and they aren't even using the right phone. Sorry. Hers was closer. Also, you're still calling her that? What else would I call her? Luz lowered the phone, talking to Amity. You know, Eda still calls you Blight kid. Amity sighed. I know. She never calls me by name. I can still hear you, kid. I'm 26 now, not a kid. You're younger than me, so you're a kid. That doesn't make sense. Never mind. Amity and I are coming over. Whoa, deja vu. What is that supposed to mean? You two used to come and crash at my shack all the time, without warning. Luz laughed, causing Eda to groan in annoyance. All jokes aside, you two are always welcome to drop by, even if it's unannounced. Thanks, Eda, you're the best. I know. Hey, happy birthday, Luz. I thought you forgot. I almost did. Well, bye. Hey, wait, what? Luz turned to Amity. She almost forgot it was my birthday. Amity laughed, causing Luz to dramatically sigh. The twins really had an effect on you. You remind me so much of them when they were kids, Amity said as she put the food on the table and sat down beside Luz. Hey, I should ask them if they're busy. Maybe we could get everyone together, Luz said, pulling out her phone. Breakfast first, honey. Good call. Luz had put the phone on speaker and set it between her and Amity. Hey, Luz. I was just thinking about the fact that it's your birthday, and now I'm legally obligated to say something since, we're in-laws now? Amity laughed, and Luz sounded sarcastically. What an incredible way to start a conversation, Ed. Oh, hey, Mittens. Amity. Hey, Ed. Is Em there? Ed. Yeah, I'll get her. Em. Happy birthday, Luz. Luz. Thanks, Em. So, we're saying if everyone was free to have a kind of party meetup? Ed. I think the Blight Industries can be closed for a day. Em. Agreed. Where are we meeting up? Luz. Eda's place at 6 p.m. Em. Eda does know about this, right? Amity. Thank you for volunteering to tell her, Ed. Ed. Why do I have to suffer her wrath? Em. Oh, come on, Blight brother. Why not? Luz. Eda never gave you a weird nickname, Em. Maybe you should call her, so you could get yours. Ed and Amity. Yes. Em. Both of you? You're my siblings. Why are you turning on me? Ed, we had to suffer through these weird nicknames. It's your turn. Amity, she still calls me the Blight Kid. I'm 26. M, fine, I'll call her. See you later, Luz. Bye, Mittens. Ed, bye. Luz and Amity, bye. Poor M, Luz said, shaking her head. I've been called the Blight Kid for 10 years. It's about time she gets a weird nickname. Amity said triumphantly. Who else do we know to invite? Luz asked, scrolling through her contacts. Why do I have your mom's number? What? You have Audia's number? When did you ask my mother for her phone number? You've talked to her like twice. Amity was laughing so hard as she began to cry. Luz tried to remember how this could have happened. I'm gonna call her, Luz said, about to dial the number. Don't you dare, Amity said, still laughing. I want to know why I have it, Luz said, starting the call. Hello? Who am I speaking to? You don't remember your daughter's wife? Viney? Wrong daughter. Oh, hello, Luz. Ding, ding, ding. Is Amity there? Yeah, hold on. Audia wants to talk to you, Luz said, looking over at Amity. Tell her I'm not home. Amity says she's not home. Tell her I said hello. She says hello, Luz relayed, putting the phone on speaker. Why are you calling me, Luz? To see why I have your number? I gave it to you when we were in high school, so you could tell me if Amity was up to any shenanigans. All these years later, and I come to find out I am the shenanigans. Amity laughed, remembering the first time Luz had spoken to Odalia, how she had said the same line. Do you need something, or can I hang up? One more quick question. Since I'm your daughter-in-law, can I call you Mom? Hey! She hung up on me, Luz exclaimed, throwing her hands up dramatically. I couldn't even ask her to come to my party. Oh no, you're not inviting her, Amity said back, looking incredibly serious. I'm kidding. I don't really want her there either, Luz replied. Who else could we call? Oh, I wonder if Eda is getting Aunt Lilith to come over. Should I call Eda again to bother her, or ask Aunt Lilith directly? Luz pondered, receiving a sigh from Amity. I got it. Hey, Lilith. Oh, hello, Amity. I wasn't expecting a call from my favorite in-law. I'm your favorite? I only have one in-law. Oh. Luz was giggling in the background, causing Amity to playfully glare at her. Did I hear Luz? Yeah, she's right here. Amity put the phone on speaker, so Luz could talk too. Luz. Hey, Aunt Lilith. Lilith. Happy birthday, Luz. Luz. Thank you. Actually, about that, has Eda told you about the little party we're having? Lilith. Yes, she has. I'll certainly be here. Amity. Cool, we'll see you there. Luz. Yeah, bye, Aunt Lilith. Lilith. Bye, you two. Me, you, the twins, Eda, and Aunt Lilith. 6 people, Luz exclaimed. That's a party. I'm glad you're happy about this, Amity said back, smiling widely. Ring, 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 ring. It's Em, Amity said, grabbing her phone. Hey, Em, what's up? I was talking to Viney about going to Luz's party later. She asked if she could come. I'll pass the phone to Luz. 1 second. Em wants to talk to you, Amity said, holding out the phone. Hey, what's happening? I was talking to Viney and she asked if she could come to the party later. I 100% get if it's like a family thing. Isn't Vinny family too? Oh, yeah. Wait, did you forget that you're married? No? Vinny was heard laughing in the background, talking to Em. Tell Vinny I said hi and that she could come over too. Go ahead and tell Ed that he can invite Hunter also. Em. Cool beans. Luz says hi and that you can come. Vinny. Thank you. And happy birthday. Luz. Thanks, and bye. Em and Viney. Bye! Viney and maybe Hunter are coming, Luz said as she handed back the phone. Are we throwing a birthday party or an in-law party? Amity asked sarcastically. Should we invite Raine? Raine lives with Eda. They'll already be there. I forgot they moved in. Yeah, I forget that sometimes, too. Did we miss anyone, or could we leave now? Amity asked, leaning back in her chair. I think we got everyone, so let's go. Hopefully we don't forget to invite anyone super important. Luz said back, standing up. I think we remembered if someone is really important. True. Are we walking there or taking the car? Eda's house is only 10 minutes away. We could walk the trail to her house like we used to. Yeah, that sounds fun. We should get going now. Yeah, come on. Luz and Amity walked hand in hand, peacefully strolling through the forest path that led to Eda's house. I might have walked to Eda's more times than I walked to school. Amity broke the silence, shaking her head. I know, I spent more times at your place than school. Luz said back, laughing as she thought back to her high school days. You know, Hunter and Vinny always seemed to be over there too. I should have guessed the twins weren't having their so-called game night. Amity said, getting a laugh from Luz. What's so funny? Amity said, looking over. I actually knew. Well, they never told me, but they asked me to distract you sometimes, like when I'd suddenly asked if you wanted to hang out or come over to Eda's. Luz explained, watching Amity take in the new information. Betrayal, Amity said back, playfully elbowing Luz. Did they pay you off or something? No, but sometimes Em would give me candy or test answers. Luz responded, looking up towards the setting sun. Wait, test answers? Calm down, Miss Top Scorer. I never used them. Hey, kids. Eda called from her front porch. They had just entered the clearing that led to Eda's house. Hey, Eda, Luz said, letting go of Amity's hand and giving her aunt a hug. Happy birthday, Luz. Hey, Blight kid. Eda greeted, awkwardly reaching out to give Amity a fist bump, high five, a grillium. Hey, Eda. Amity groaned. The bright brother, golden guy, plant lady, and Emira are already inside. Eda said, pointing over her shoulder to the door. Raine and Lily are there, too. She was cut off by Amity. Oh, what? Wait, is Em the only one who doesn't have to suffer through your nicknames? Amity said, confused, an annoyance mixing into her voice. Luz laughed, and Eda stood there confused. What do you mean, Blight kid? You're not making any sense. Eda said. She shrugged and went inside, unbothered by the situation. Em's probably her favorite. Luz laughed before linking arms with an annoyed Amity and heading inside. Lilith and Raine sat on the couch, cups in hands as they talk. Eda sat down beside Raine, who had held her a cup as they kept talking. Ed, Hunter, and Vinny stood near each other, a small cluster besides the shack Eda had put on the table. Em had her arm around Vinny, who was gesturing out something, while Hunter and Ed watched in amusement. Birthday kid is here, Eda loudly declared as Luz walked into the room, trailed by Amity. I'm 26, Eda, Luz yelled back, waving her arms around. Scoop her, Ed loudly called, Em giving a thumbs up in support. Amity grinned and nodded, grabbing Luz quickly, bridal style, and spinning around. You better not drop me, Blight, Luz said as she wrapped her arms around Amity's neck for support. Don't worry. Have I ever dropped you, Noceda? Amity asked back, walking to the center of the room. Yeah, Luz said back, hanging on tighter. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Amity replied, thinking back to the occasion. I didn't, Luz deadpanned, trying to keep a straight face as Amity grinned at her, eventually cracking a smile. Luz leaned closer to Amity. Around them, everyone formed a circle, confetti blaster ready. Happy birthday, Amity mumbled quickly before leaning in, pressing a tight kiss to Luz's lips. The confetti blew everywhere as everyone shouted, clapping, and laughing as they celebrated. Raine groaned something about the confetti everywhere, to which Eda agreed. Pulling away, the two smiled. Amity put Luz down, only to be quickly hugged back. Thanks, Luz mumbled, holding Amity tightly for another second, before breaking away. Want to hit up the snack table before Ed eats it all? Definitely, Amity said back, glaring at Ed, who was probably on his 6th cookie. Calm down, Minutes. I saved you a chocolate chip cookie, Ed said, handing out the plate. Amity silently took it, eating it quickly. Luz watched and laughed as Hunter snuck up behind Ed, taking the cookie from his hand and eating it. You monster! Ed dramatically said, raising a hand to his chest. That was mine. You'll get over it, babe, Hunter said, patting Ed on the back. You really haven't changed at all, Luz said, watching Ed sigh. Amity nodded in agreement, watching Hunter console the broken-hearted and cookieless Ed. Couldn't agree more, Em added, walking up beside Luz. You act just like him, Viney said, joining them. Lies, deception, Em called, acting just like Ed had. Besides, I'm better than he is, she added with a wink. Viney mumbled something under her breath before dragging Em away, a smile plastered on her face as she did so. Yeah, you're pretty great, Viney agreed. Yeah, and you're pretty, Em said back, hugging Viney. It's been a while since we've gotten everyone together. I forgot how loud it was, Amity said, probably looking at the twins. Oh, hey, follow me, Luz said back, heading to the front door. Hey, look. Eda nudged Raine, getting their attention. Luz and the Blight kid just walked out. Where do you think they're going? Leave them be, Adeline, Luz said back. Raine nodded, their head in agreement. I feel like we've been here before, Amity said as she followed Luz through the woods. Yeah, you have been. It was 10 years ago, though. I'm still surprised you remembered, Luz said, stopping in front of a tree. Oh, the treehouse, Amity exclaimed, watching as Luz climbed and tossed the ladder down. It's the castle, Luz corrected, taking Amity's hand and helping her get up. How could I forget the place you asked me out on our first date? Amity smiled, looking around and seeing the treehouse practically untouched. I don't think I've ever been more nervous in my life, Luz said, sitting down beside the window. I bet I was more nervous when I proposed to you in the flower garden, Amity said back, taking a seat beside Luz. That was definitely one of my favorite days. Top 3, Luz declared, resting her head on Amity's shoulder. What's your second favorite? Amity asked curiously. Number 2 is our wedding day. Luz smiled and grabbed Amity's hands, their matching wings clinking together. The cookies were good. Amity hummed in agreement before asking, how about number 1? My first day at Hexside, when I transferred there, Luz said, looking out the window at the setting sun. What happened then? Amity asked, looking confused. Luz looked over at her and smiled. That's the day I met you, when I knocked you over by our lockers. That was on your first day? What a good start, Amity said sarcastically, letting go of Luz's hand to put her arms around Luz's shoulder. If someone told 16-year-old me that I'll end up marrying the happy-go-lucky, obnoxious transfer student, I'd just laugh at them. But here we are, Amity said, pausing before adding. And I've never been happier. She smiled and looked over at Luz, who was illuminated by the crimson sky. 16-year-old me never would have believed that it ended up with the school's Little Miss Perfect and notorious bully, who I toppled over on my first day, who I made a bet with. Luz trailed off. If I didn't feel like annoying you and challenge your exam score, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. Luz pondered, looking over to Amity. Well, I'm glad you were so obnoxious back then. Amity smirked. And now? No way! You grew up with the twins. No one is more obnoxious than you and them. Luz laughed. Fair point. But you spent a lot of time with them too. Amity said back. Agree to disagree? That's what people say when they know they've lost. Amity teased. Yeah. Luz said back. She's out the window, The sun has set in a rich purple-dyed sky. The stars glimmer in the dark blanket that draped over the world, reflecting off the water and illuminating the night. The moon shone through the clouds, like a dot in an otherwise blank canvas. It looks like it did 10 years ago, Luz said, looking over at Amity. For a second, Luz could see the confident 16-year-old sitting there, with newly dyed purple hair and no clue how much Luz cared about her. Suddenly she was gone, replaced by the still, confident as ever, 26-year-old. Her hair still purple at the bottom, but faded. Her brown roots had grown almost fully out. A silver wedding ring on her hand as she tapped the window. And smiled towards the sky, something Luz had seen her do many times over the years they've spent together. And for a moment, Luz wondered if Amity saw the same thing. The kids they were back then, sitting in their treehouse, watching the sunset as they talked about meaningless things, just happy that they were together. But whenever she saw it, or not, Luz didn't mind. She scooted over, resting her head on Amity's shoulder and closing her eyes. Both Luz and Amity had never been happier. That is so cute and so sweet. I thought it was going to be like the proposal or the wedding, but it being Luz's 26th birthday was super sweet and adorable, and I loved it. Every second of it. This was so cute, and unfortunately, as of right now, Kingston has not updated their fic that they were working on the last chapter, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do all the one-shots. Let's go. Woo woo. One-shots. Let's go. One-shots. Let's shots. Everybody. I'm gonna do that every time now. Just shots. You guys love me. No, you don't. Okay. As always, my raindrops No! Kingston, I like your writing. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.